What time is it? It's 6 o'clock, and it's time for the most wanted Latino men in the country. Angel Martinez and Rich Quinones, Martinez Company on the Tony Bruno Sports Network. The fastest and most interactive show in the universe. Here's Angel and Q. Let's go!
It feels good to see the world getting loose. Feels good to see the world getting loose. I don't know about you, Sack Noel. I don't know about you, Phenom. I don't know about you, White Shadow. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I'm 2 + 2, I'm for sure. You down, I'm down, baby, let's go. You stop, you drop, baby, then roll. You twerk, you pop, booty so swole. I'd hate me too if I were you. And when it comes to billions, I'll take 2. It's only one life, you don't get 2. So live life, don't let it live you.
I got a pocket full of $100 bills. Put on a jacket, cause these diamonds give you chills. 2 shots I'm running, 2 out I'm stunning tonight. Yeah. Look in the mirror, I'm like, who the hell is he? So many whips and cribs, I'm losing track of keys. Ooh, up to something. Ooh, yeah, I love it, alright. Alright.
Yeah, I'm drinking out the bottle. Get loose, hanging with supermodels. Get loose, feel like I hit the lotto. I don't know about you, but I feel good. I don't know about you, but I feel good.
As you lose the track for the days of the week, it is a Wednesday night, and no, it is not with Rich Quinones. It is with Ryan Neff, as he has switched locations. Apparently, he got tired of talking to Roger and whoever else, maybe Paul Tagliabue and everyone else in between. Apparently, he decided to go to the Bahamas. Was it the Bahamas you chose to go to this time there, young sir?
It's Ryan Neff. It's great to be with everybody tonight. I'm in the island of St. Croix. As you can see, the island of St. Croix, here on the beach. So yes, keep it on beats. Lutz an Beetle. If everybody remembers, Beverly Hills Cop 2,
yes.
Eddie Murphy, yes, in the island of St. Croix. So yes, I am. I got tired looking at the free agency for the NFL because right now it's like a pinball machine. So yeah, I needed a break.
All right. Well, Rick says, did you get evicted from the office background?
No, I did not. Nope. Just enjoying myself on the beach. Real men of genius.
Oh, there you go. That's the way you do it. Anyways, thank you all for joining us here tonight on Martinez Company. Yes, a special edition. Of course, on the other side on TBSN is simultaneously somewhat the way we can do it here is that they are on the TBSN app. Those of us who are watching us here tonight are on my Sports Radio 102.9 app. So you guys can go, just like we say over on TBSN, you guys can go over to the Play Store and or the Android Store and pick it up from there. Just start putting in Sports Radio 102.9 The Game and download the app because soon there will be other shows that will be live throughout the day on the app. So just putting that out there just to let you know exactly what's going on. Also, a couple of updates here for those who missed the announcement this morning on the Pete Shepard Show, of course, from 7 to 10 a.m. Always a great time with Pete Shepard in the morning. At 8:05 this morning, Pete had talked about it as I went on the, thank you, Rick, appreciate it. Well, I'll leave it up there as Rick mentioned it there. So I will be on with Defo starting here in maybe about a week or two as we are ironing things out, trying to get some new show names, being creative and doing a couple different things. So from 10 to 12, I will be on with Defo, myself, over on TBSN. This is why I'm saying, even though the TBSN app, oh, by the way, speaking of, the app today, if you guys have the CarPlay in your car and or the CarPlay, what's the other one? Android something. Anyways, if you do have the CarPlay in your car, TBSN now, the app, instead of going through Live 365, now the app just, one push of the button and we're driving your car, you can listen to it that way. No different on the sports radio side, Sports Radio 102.9 The Game. If you have the app downloaded, same exact thing, you can end up doing it that way as well. There's going to be some lineup changes over on my side of the house. Right now I have some music that's playing with some other shows, but because of the new live programming that will be in there, that will change on the weekends as basically a dance party. is what it comes down to. So you'll have from 80s dance parties, rave dance parties, EDM dance parties. I think Ryan loves the 60s dance parties. I don't know why, because he's an old man talking sports. By the way, speaking of wink, wink, that's the double simulcast that's going on this side of the house tonight, where normally Ryan would be on No Filter. But I told Ryan, you know what? Why don't we just make it all in one show? He got mad at me and told me he broke his contract, and I told him doesn't matter. We're still here anyways. So contract, schmon, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, so there's a lot of stuff that's going on. Also, I'll still be pulling kind of semi-double duties as well with Pete Shepard in the morning. So I'll be on with him from time to time as I was with him today. So we'll still be doing that. And I'll be jumping on with AJ Johnson and the Bleacher Brothers as well, which I was on with them last night. More than likely, I'll probably be on with them tomorrow night. And tonight they do have the head coach of the FAU football team. So they are on right now, and they will be on until 10 p.m. So you guys can listen to them on the TBSN app. But right here, Martinez Company, you can listen to us on Sports Radio 102.9. You can also go over to the website. As you guys can see, it's loaded up here on the social medias. But you guys can also check out broadstsouth.com. And therefore, you can see everything and keep up with all the new things that are happening. So again, I do appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. But Ryan, lots of stuff apparently that has happened within the last 2 days. We tried to get together last night, but unfortunately, some schedules, again, I will say with wink, wink, certain schedules and certain things had crossed paths. So we are here tonight, and just before we went on air, Joe Flacco is the latest and the greatest that ended up happening. Apparently, he is going to the Colts on a 1-year deal.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be the backup. I mean, Anthony Richardson's obviously the starter. Hopefully he can come back from that shoulder injury like better than before. A little surprising. Not exactly sure what Cleveland's going to do now, if they're going to stick with Watson because they have so much invested in him. Mm-hmm. But obviously Joe Flacco didn't like what was going on in Cleveland, so that kind of tells me that they're going to stick with Deshaun Watson and see how that experiment works out. But hey, look. It's insurance for the Colts. You know, Anthony Richardson gets hurt again. Flacco with the experience. Not saying he's going to be gangbusters or anything, because we saw what happened last year, Angel, when Flacco played decent. The Browns. I'm sorry, the Browns for our English-speaking friends. They did well, but when he resorted back to what he was, they struggled. And they got their ass kicked. So, again, a lot of these signings, we really don't know how they're going to pan out, Angels, just from the standpoint of you got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
You got to gel. I know some teams, some fans are excited, but just pump the brakes a little bit because it's only March. We have a long way to go till September.
That is absolute truth. And you guys are going to see on the bottom ticker there the different shows. Of course, Defo Show, that name will change. You guys will see me on there as well. Along with Defo, so we are getting the things worked out. You guys heard me. I teased a couple of days ago about the contract negotiations. It's because we are trying to line some new things up and make sure that everything sounds and look good as it should. So that's one of those things. Robert, not Bobby Kelly, but Bobby Keller was and Joey B, Angel and F. Joey B. Good to see you, my friend, as always. And speaking of, for those who missed it. Just a couple of weeks ago, which now seems like forever, for the first time, you guys missed it, Joey B called into the show. And I was taken aback because I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my own ears. But I was listening to the voice that actually, after, 5 years, and we got to hear, oh my goodness, Joey B says, 24 inches of snow expected here in Colorado. I need a weather update from Tampa to warm my bones. Well, it is currently 69 degrees. Wow, how about that for irony? 69 degrees here in Tampa. By the way, at the Naples Wealth Planning Studio Tampa Division, 69 degrees. And this morning was actually 80, or throughout the day, I should say. It was a lovely 89 degrees. Tomorrow we are supposed to do the same, including a weekend at 85 and 84. And then we'll have a bit of a cool down on Monday and Tuesday, 75 and 70 before we get back up to the 80s as well. So, it's going to be a hot one. There's also going to be a hot one for the Sebring at IMSA, as Get a Grip is talking about it. Angel and Ryan, what's up, good boys? And Get a Grip's talking about can't wait for an exciting weekend at Sebring at IMSA. Yes, senor.
No, just going to say, Dylan and I were supposed to do a show this week. things got scrambled around. I had a brain fart, a cramp. So hopefully we can get back to it after the end of this week, and we can cover 2 weeks in a row. So you can check that out on No Filter Network. Green, white, checkered. Rick Marcus, what's the temperature where Ryan is? Looks nice. Yes, I'm from the island of St. Croix. You can see the beach behind me here. Island of St. Croix. Could not stand, the NFL shenanigans anymore with the, what do they call it, Angel? What is it called?
The legal tampering period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, couldn't take it anymore. Needed a break, so I flew down here to St. Croix.
That's okay. That happens. I think everybody needs a break at this point. Don't forget also, you can call and or text into the show at 727-858-6650, 727-858-6650. Because of Bleacher Brothers being on over on TBSN, you can't use the same phone number for both places. So here at Martinez Company, 727-858-6650. I'll leave it up there on the board, even though you guys can see it on the bottom ticker. As I said on the bottom ticker, you guys see the different shows that are up there. Martinez and Company will not go away completely. That is also being reworked into the schedule. And on both sides of the house, it could be, a night on TBSN and a night over here on Sports Radio 102.9 FM. The Game, as it'll become somewhat of a one big happy type family. But and I'll leave that at that for the moment. Joey B says, "Where's Fuji? Nostalgic or nostalgia?" We need to clear up this with Angel and Neff. Who the heck knows? Who knows?
Nostalgia 5 with Fuji. Nostalgia 5 with Fuji. How do we know that these are the actual people, like Rick Marcus and Joe? It could be AI, for all we know.
Well, Rick knows everything, so therefore it's not going to be anything AI. Joey B says, Fuji more confused about his own brand than a topless, toothless joint in Kensington. That is so true. Hey, I don't even think Fuji even knows exactly what he wants to talk about, what he wants to say. And listen, if Fuji's listening, I have not listened to one show. My apologies, because I've been so crazy busy. I'm going to have to tune in and see exactly what it is that he talks about. But Get a Grip says, one big happy Martinez Company family. Yep, that's what we try to do, to make everyone happy and make things successful as best we possibly can. And Get a Grip says, guess what, y'all? I'm a part of the company.
Let's come and knock on our door.
Yeah. I don't, why this is
for you.
I don't know why Get a Grip decides he wants it. Listen, I already told you are part of it. Goodness gracious. My goodness. I have to repeat that all over again.
He's young. He's a young Padawan.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, it is. But anyways, once again, you guys, for those who are just tuning in tonight, it is 8:12 here on the East Coast. I am Angel Martinez. He is Ryan F. Martinez coming here tonight on a special night. Normally we are not on at 8 p.m., but there's a couple things that have been changing. Over on TBSN side, you guys will be hearing me on some mornings with Pete Shepard from 7 to 10 a.m. And then when Defo and I get everything ironed out, I will be on with Defo in the mornings from 10 to 12. More than likely 5 days a week. Could be 3, could be 2, could be half day. Already is half day at 2 hours, but no, we're getting that all straightened out. Therefore, we can give you guys a little more detail. And then Martinez, the company, is going to be splashed in between there somewhere to make sure that we keep everything just running smooth. And like I said, it'll be either way. Well, hold on. We may have a call coming in. Let's see if I can. Well, first I got to make sure this thing connects. Caller, give me a second. Let me make sure this actually works the way it's supposed to. Are you there? Hang on. It's just one of those things. Sometimes this roadcaster.
Power of live digital programming.
Well, because every once in a while the roadcaster it connects the way it's supposed to. Sometimes it doesn't. Caller, are you there?
Did you just say castrate?
Castrate? No, I didn't say that.
You said castrate. You said, yeah, you did.
I don't know. By the way, in the 610, call back. Call back, please. And we'll get it reconnected. Oh, hold on. I may have heard you. Hello? I heard it for a second. All right, they'll call back.
The Joey B says, fellas, any interesting conference tournaments going on right now for men's basketball? I don't follow. Well, there you go.
Hello, caller. Are you there? And
Can you guys hear me?
I sure can.
Yeah.
This sounds like my great friend, Bobby Keller.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Bobby, how are
I just
you?
wanted to tell you guys that I am very proud of you guys. I was there in the beginning, and where you guys have come from is completely and utterly amazing, and I am proud of you guys 100%.
Thank you. Listen, I appreciate it. It's been quite the journey, to say the least. It's been a lot of fun. For those who don't know, Bobby was with us when we started off over when Broad Street South was just a bump maybe in the road. I don't even know. It was maybe an anthill, and then eventually turned into a bump in the road. But we did a live set over at Goose's place, Goose's Monte Crystal Lounge and Tobacconist, and he was there. We shared some ideas, some thoughts, and he was with us for a while. Then, of course, things happen. You have to take care of business, and then things come back around full circle. But listen, I as much as I know that I miss you. I hope that things have been working well. I know you've been doing a lot of business savvy things, and hopefully that side of the house is working for you as well.
Those have been quite well for me, and I'm thankful for that. So all I can do is, bless God and keep moving forward.
That's it. That's exactly what you're going to be doing. But what have you been up to as of late?
Well, right now I am actually in the midst of getting my son ready for college. He is going to be going out to be a pastry chef.
Has it been that quick? Holy moly, time flies.
Yes,
Not
sir.
the Kansas
Yes,
City
sir.
pastry chefs, by the way.
Yeah.
Not
What's
the
that, Ryan?
Kansas City, not the Kansas City pastry chefs.
Oh, Jesus. Pay no mind to that man behind the screen there, because he has no idea what in the world he talks about. Not at all. But that's awesome. When's that supposed to start?
If I remember correctly, this September.
Wow.
There's a sponsor.
Holy.
Yeah.
There's a sponsor for us, Angel.
All right, gentlemen. I
There
don't
you
want
go.
to keep you too long, and I do appreciate being able to get on here. So thank you guys, and have an amazing evening.
Thanks, Bobby. We
Mr. Bob.
appreciate it. All right. So there you go. Yes.
Joey B was inquiring any interest in conference tournaments going on right now for men's college basketball. I don't follow it as much as I used to, just because it's just not what it once was, just like everything else in college sports. Joey B, I guess St. Mary's beat Gonzaga in the West Coast Conference. For some odd reason, St. Mary's always gives Gonzaga fits in that particular conference in that tournament. So, we're getting down to the nitty gritty, man. I guess what's the date today? Yeah, this weekend.
Yeah.
Selection Sunday on Sunday. So, it's going to be a lot of old hats. I try and look at the bracketology every once in a while. Obviously, Angel, what's going on now is these conference tournaments. You're just trying to bolster your resume, and you're trying to, they're trying to figure out where they're going to seed. The committee already knows where they're going to have the 1 and the 2 seeds.
Right.
They're just trying to get this tries to whittle it down a little bit, because is Purdue going to be a number 1? Are they going to falter in the Big Ten tournament where it might bump them down to a number 2? That's all this is going on right now. So, and then it goes right till like the last hour. Like the selection committee comes out with their picks between like 6 and 6:30 on Sunday evening, but some of the tournaments don't end till like 5:30 or 6, which is a joke, to be quite honest with you. So, we'll see what happens. Michelle Hines Manley, happy hump day. Guess what day it is? Angel. Guess what day it is?
Exactly. Hump day, as they say on Fox 13 in the morning. Sometimes it gets on my nerves. But we have our second caller. Can I just guess that this is probably more than likely Get a Grip?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, Jesus. How do I know?
What's good, boys? Hey, just wanted to say, I guess one up, if you will, Robert, but I do want to say as well, obviously very happy for all your success. I know, Angel, I say that's a lot to you and such off the phone and off the air, but I am proud of what you guys have been able to accomplish, obviously, and being a part of the show. You gave me my first break, so I really do appreciate that and all the help that you've been able to give me. But guys, just wanted to say happy Thursday, and call in and say you guys are doing good stuff on the show, and happy to see you guys back.
Wait,
It's
so are
Wednesday.
we?
It's Wednesday, boss.
Yeah.
Wednesday, my bad. Jeez, I got my days mixed up. Baseball's been killing me this week. I apologize.
That's all right. I thought maybe you were doing the future. You were calling it from Australia or something.
I'm just getting ready for this weekend, man. It's my mind's focused on Saturday, so I'm just looking forward to it. So
Another boring ass race in Phoenix, by the way.
Yeah, it was. It definitely
was
was.
a very boring race. It definitely was. But hey, we got a exciting race weekend this weekend. Bristol for NASCAR, Sebring for IMSA, which is gonna be awesome. Can't wait to see that track for the first time. And it's gonna be an exciting weekend. So
how was your St. Pete adventure?
Yeah, St. Pete was awesome. Really incredible. What a cool event to check out. Actually, much smaller of a track than in terms of like walking than I would have thought. I thought I would have gotten a lot of walking in, which I still did, but it was exciting. It was fun. It definitely felt like a festival more than anything else. It didn't really feel much of like like you were at a racetrack. It felt like you were almost at a festival event. It was cool. I definitely I consumed a few adult beverages around the track as well. So, but it's all good. I was a fan this weekend, so it's all good. So,
are you of age, young man? Are you 21?
I am of age, yes, sir. 21 years
right.
old. Yes,
I'm just checking.
I had myself a frozen marg. It felt good.
Jeez. Yeah, Dylan and I still have to have, because since he's legal now at this point to drink, we've officially yet to have an actual drink together, celebrating his 21st, which is already come and gone, but it's been, it hasn't been that long, but we still have to have that moment to sit down and have one. But no, Dylan, listen, I appreciate it. And there's a home here for you at Broad Street South. As a matter of fact, Nick had reached out to me when we spoke to each other like 2 months ago. He's been, for those who don't know who Nick, I ran into him when I was doing the interview with Jabari Thomas. This was about 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So how long separated it's been when the Bucks won the Super Bowl. But I went to do a live interview with Jabari Thomas, ran into Nick, had him here as well in Broad Street South. He was shy, to say the least, when he first started off, and then he started kind of growing into it, and then started doing things with Clemson. Now is working with a media company, and we had spoken. He said thank you as well for, and listen, that's what it's all about. If you come here, like everywhere else, it's a stepping stone, and then you move up and move on to bigger and better things. Yeah. And that's just what Ryan has now moved on to, Calypso Island.
Nothing.
And,
I'm still nothing. I'm still, I'm a pimple on the ass of society, like I always say.
No, but it's good times, Dylan.
Sorry. Yeah, no, absolutely, man. I mean, Angel, it's pretty surreal. I mean, how we met. I mean, I remember you. If I want to go back a little bit, you messaged me in early 2021 about coming on the show through Twitter. It was something I didn't look at until months later, and I reached out to you, and it's incredible too how life turns out, right? Because, we didn't know we lived near each other. We had no idea we were as close to each other as we were. And now to be able to say, you're like one of my good friends, and to have you as a friend and such, and what you've been able to do for me and what I've been able to do for you, it's been awesome. I'm very happy that I call you a friend, and I'm very happy that I've gotten to know you over these past few years. So it's nothing but love from here, my friend, and excited for this weekend. I don't know if you told the viewers and stuff, but you got some exciting stuff happening Saturday with me and the race this weekend.
Yes, I am actually. So Dylan brings up a great point, because Dylan's getting married this weekend to a race car, and I'm going to be the one that doing these ceremonies. So it's just no, we should be covering it as long as everything goes well down in Sebring. It is the first time they're going to have the road course down in Sebring. Dylan and myself, and even producer Debbie over in Studio B, who has her credentials as well. It is the 12 hours of Sebring. I'm pretty sure I'm good for about 11 3/4 of an hour. Dylan will be there for the entire 12 hours. And then we make the track back up north. But no, we're looking forward to it, because the road course, it should be a lot of fun. Like I said, the weather should play nice. I don't think it should be really windy, which will add to more excitement on the track. But no, it's going to be it's going to be fun. This will be Dylan and myself together since the bowl. Since
first event since we covered since the bowl, and obviously you'll be covering it for your site. I'll be covering it for my stuff. I'm looking forward to it, man. I've never been to this course. Sebring's one of the iconic circuits on the tracks, on the series, I should say. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to being there with you, and we're going to have a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a good weekend. It
is. I think so. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it as well. It should be a good time. Barring any changes, hopefully not, but it should be a good time, and I'm really looking forward to it. But Dylan, I appreciate the phone call. Thank you so much, and thank you for just being here, being honest more than anything else. I don't do thank you for the kind words. That becomes so monotone. Thank you for the kind words. Like no one can ever find words to ever say anymore. It's like it's sending a text message. It's the same thing. So no, listen, I appreciate it. I've seen you grow as well. Dylan has been doing great things. Moving on with the Toronto Blue Jays, has covered, and let's not forget too the podcast you started when this is how far Dylan and I go back when he was 14 years old, which is only just about 3 years ago. He had a podcast, talked to some baseball players. Was the one that actually created the live feed, the baseball feed over for his former college, and that's still going on. So PHSC, Pasco Hernando, State College. Thanks to Dylan, he's been the reason why that has been successful, and that's absolutely terrific to hear. So it's all good stuff, and as I said, you have a home here, just like Ryan has a home here. Ryan, I like to keep him in the basement though, because every once in a while I let him upstairs, and then he goes out to this island, and then I'm freaking screwed whenever it happens.
I feel like I should be playing some romantic music and some candlelight for the two.
Shut up.
I will say though, before I turn off, I do got to get ready for my show as well. Speaking of that beer, Angel, we got a couple Dollar Tuesdays coming up here in the future in Clearwater. We might be getting a couple dollar brewskis and a nice dollar ticket at the Threshers game here in a few weeks, hopefully, as the minor league season's about to kick off. So hopefully we'll be able to grab that brew sometime, and I know we'll definitely be able to catch a game at some point this season. I don't see why not. So it'll be fun to catch a game and watch a brew and hang out with you, my friend. It's always love from here. So
yeah, no, I think so. It'll be a good time. So no, I'm looking forward to it. Well, Dylan, thank you so much for calling in. I do appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for letting me come on and talk a little bit. And looking forward to watching the rest of the show from my phone.
All right, Dylan. Have a great night.
See you in 2 minutes.
All right. See ya. What are you listening to?
It's romantic music.
Oh, Jesus. By the way, for some reason I'm hearing, I don't know if it's coming from your end or not. There was a quick static, I think, when you moved your headphones for some odd reason. I don't know what it is, but something sounded weird. Hopefully it'll end up going away. No, but it's fun. It's the whole thing here. It's about having fun and enjoying it and making the best of it. So let's see. What else was it? We were talking about Joe Flacco. Obviously didn't want to be the backup. Who's the one that Cleveland just picked up? It's been such long days that I tend to forget here. Who is what's his name that came from Seattle?
That I don't know. I know they got Jerry Jeudy from the Broncos.
Yep.
They got Michael Dunn. He resigned.
That's what it was. There it was. Jameis Winston to Cleveland, but I thought it was somebody else though. I know. I don't know why. Dave Wallencheck checking in. Yeah, Jameis Winston. By the way, Dave, speaking of, what are your thoughts and your feelings about obviously Russell Wilson now? Because they talked about with the Steelers that Tomlin wanted to do everything he possibly could to make Kenny Pickett a better quarterback. And then they turn around and pick up Russell Wilson. So Dave, if you're still there, I would love to know your thoughts on how you feel about the Russell Wilson pickup over Kenny Pickett, because that to me was, I don't know. And Brian, I know we didn't get a chance to speak about this the other night when it ended up happening, but I don't get it. Dave says he loves it. I mean, I guess it's better than Kenny Pickett.
There's still no guarantee he's going to start.
Right.
Kenny Pickett could beat him out. So then what do? I mean, you got Russell Wilson as a backup, but I have no idea. I have no idea what's going to happen. Dave says Kenny obviously isn't the answer. Well, Mason Rudolph wasn't the answer. Some of the other guys aren't the answer. What makes you think Russell Wilson is going to be the answer? Now they just lost Deontay Johnson, one of their receivers. So, and I get it. They signed him to 1.2 million. He's a loner, basically what he was. Rick, I got to go now. Make sure Ryan pays attention. High tide's coming in. I know. I keep looking for sharks. I just think that the Steelers have backed themselves into a corner. I don't think they know what the hell they're going to do.
Yeah.
Obviously, Tomlin did a great job last year with another winning record. So, yeah, man, the Steelers are backed themselves into a corner, and I don't know what they're going to do. Because if you start Pickett and he beats out Russell, and then Pickett has 2 bad games in a row, they're going to throw Russell in there. And then if Russell struggles, then what are you going to do? You can't go flip-flopping back. You can't go flip-flopping back and forth. If you're going to commit to somebody, you have to stay committed. So it's to be determined again, Angel. It'll be a quarterback competition right before opening day. I guarantee you Mike Tomlin will not announce a starter until a couple of days or the day before they play the football game, their opener.
Probably not. But Dave says you got him for a bag of chips and a soda, which is absolutely truth. I mean, you couldn't get him any more cheaper. But again, he's still getting his salary from Denver. So he's getting paid 2 ways. Can we have this year, I guess, Russell Wilson and Bobby Bonilla Day in the same year?
Well, I don't know. Or Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Wilson
Dave thinks Wilson is the starter. I don't agree. I think it's going to be a quarterback competition right up until September. I really do. Because if Russell Wilson is the Russell Wilson the last 2 years that he's played, then the Steelers are in trouble. Now, I know he picked it up a little bit last year, but look, he's not the same quarterback as he was. That's for sure. So I'm not sold that Wilson's going to be the starter. So mark it down. 8/31, March. What the hell is it? March 12th? No, it's March 13th.
March 13th.
That I think Pickett might beat him out.
All right. Well, let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I can make this happen somehow. If I can make it happen. It's gonna. Let me look because
while you're looking, I mean, everybody thought the Cowboys were going to sign Henry. He signs with the Ravens. So that takes a lot of pressure off of your quarterback, obviously. They picked up Nelson Aguilar. We know what Nelson Aguilar is. And a lot of these moves are to try and get them over the hump with the Chiefs. Because, I mean, the Chiefs won the Super Bowl last year. All the turmoil, all the receiver issues, they had a fantastic defense, and still nobody could topple them. And a lot of these moves, like I heard that the Chiefs actually inquired about Deontay Johnson, but the Steelers did not want to trade him within the conference. So that tells you where a lot of these teams are with the Kansas City Chiefs. They're like, the hell with that. They won 3 Super Bowls in 5 years. We've got to now do things to bolster our roster up to get us over the hump with the chefs. So,
all right. Hold on. I want to see. I have the Pittsburgh Insider here. If he's there on the line, Mr. Insider, are you on the line there? Hot damn it. Hang on. This thing, when it wants to, as much as I love this, it's sometimes the biggest pain in the ass. Give me a second. Don't go anywhere.
Paying the bills, dude.
Shut up. It's got nothing to do with that. It drives you bananas.
Like I like what the Texans have done. You pick up Mixon, Bengals let him go. Dalton Schultz resigned. They picked up a lot of defense, man. The Texans had a fantastic year last year. But they're putting the rest of they're putting the AFC South on notice, obviously, but they're putting the rest of the AFC Conference on notice.
All right, let me see if once again is the Steeler on the line.
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, see, there you go. All right. Now, here you go. This is where this stuff gets about to be a spicy meatball, because if anybody knows anything when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, it is let me do the proper thing and make sure I put them here on the board so everybody knows exactly who it is who's calling in. So, a great friend, a guy that knows everything about the Steeler Nation. When you go to Redline Radio and Redline Radio LLC, you can hear everything because they tell it the way it is over on the other side of the river. And I'm not even talking about up there at the Ohio River, because the man's Ohio, but he loves his Pittsburgh Steelers. It is Dave Wallencheck. Dave, first of all, thank you for joining here to the show, even though I kind of called you here on the spot. But number one is that Russell Wilson, as you said, you love it. Let's just say hypothetically, just for hypothetical purposes, if Kenny Pickett has, which would be hard for anyone to believe, but if Kenny Pickett has, let's just say a better summer camp than Russell Wilson, and they nod him for the starter, would you still be behind him?
Absolutely. Russ, believe in Russ, man. $1.2 million, that's the reason why I believe in Russ. You got him for a bag of chips and a soda. You got him for that. Kenny Pickett obviously showed you last year that he was not the starting quarterback and doesn't have anything to be the starting quarterback for the Steelers. People are saying, hey, Russell Wilson is washed up, blah, blah, blah. Can we recall back a couple of years ago, Kurt Warner left the Rams, went to the Giants, sucked at the Giants, resurrected his career over in Arizona, took them to the Super Bowl, although he had some studs, had a good defense. It's kind of like Russell Wilson, kind of same age, 35. He signed for a one-year deal there, bought his time, made some changes to his game. He took that Arizona Cardinals team to the Super Bowl against my beloved Pittsburgh Steelers and lost to them in the Super Bowl. So yes, I'm all in on Russell Wilson. Let's go. Let's see what he's got. If he can play any better than the quarterback play that they had last year and win one more game and win a playoff game, then they got the $1.2 million out of him. Him stepping on the field at $1.2 million, they're getting their money's worth out of him. Kenny Pickett is obviously not the answer. We've seen that. You've seen that. 13 touchdowns, 13 interceptions in 2 seasons as a starting quarterback for the Steelers. That's not going to win you football games in Pittsburgh.
Ryan, you look like you were a little baffled there. Would you like to rebuttal, sir?
What are you gonna do, Dave? Opening day, if Mike Tomlin names Kenny Pickett as a starter?
Well, then I'm rolling with Kenny. I'm rolling who's ever with the quarterback for the Steelers. But Kenny Pickett has to go there and beat out Russell Wilson as the starting quarterback, because as of right now, Russell Wilson is your Pittsburgh Steelers starting quarterback for 2024.
And this is coming from the Steel City Renegades. And with Steel City Renegades, when they talk, a lot of people end up listening because everybody gets into it. Great show. You guys can check it out again on Redline Radio LLC, Redline Radio on Facebook. And you guys can check them out because it's always nonstop. And one thing about Dave that I would say to absolute love is that you're not going to get the Mickey Mouse version of how they feel. They bring it every week. So you guys want to, you got the start of the show. It's just the lineup that's there. It's always a fun time. But Dave, last year we spoke a lot about when it comes to Mike Tomlin and whether if he was lucky. I will say this much: he was lucky that he was able to pull off another winning season, because you and I kind of went back and forth and thought it was going to be the first time he was going to have a losing season, but he was able to do so. If there's not any major changes, and I know the folks on your side of the house don't like it when we talk about Tomlin, but again, he gets another nod. He gets another year. If we see the same out of Tomlin, will everybody finally start saying maybe there needs to be a change at the helm?
Yes, there's already rumblings of that happening right now because Tomlin has a new offensive coordinator in Arthur Smith. He went out and he publicly wanted Russell Wilson. He went out and traded Deontay Johnson. This is all on him. This is Mike Tomlin's hands all over this. He laid the blueprint for this. He has to win playoff games. If not, then he's got to go. Omar Khan is going to pull the trigger on Mike Tomlin, and I wouldn't be surprised if Mike Vrabel is not the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers within the next 2 years.
Oh, no. I know. You know what? You bring up a great point. I can't believe that everyone passed on Vrabel. And then you also have, and nothing against Bieniemy, because he's another guy. I don't get it. I keep hearing that people say over and over again, he doesn't interview well. But obviously he's a great product on the field. So which one is it, Dave? Because either you can have, as much as I know, there's sometimes you try to bring a point across to somebody when you're in an interview, and if you see the person at work, it makes up for the interview portion of it. But it seems like here's another year, another time. We thought that when obviously there was going to be a change with the Commanders, that Bieniemy was going to be a shoo-in. And then it turns out to be that way. What is he going to have to prove if he's ever going to become a head coach?
You know, Angel, that is a very good question, because there are rumblings that his persona is not good for a head coach. He doesn't interview well. You get back and you talk about Mike Vrabel, the interviews that he went on, the owners and the general managers were intimidated by him, by his persona and by his height. That's a lot of things that I'm hearing. I know that he's got a house in Pittsburgh, because when we go to Pittsburgh, we see his cousins that's down there, and it says that Mike is frequently down there. And would love to coach the Steelers. So I would keep an eye on that name for the Steelers moving forward. If Tomlin does not go out and have a winning I'm tired of people saying winning regular season, because that's all he's done is regular season. They haven't won a playoff game in 7 years. The quarterbacks they have lost to, it's a laundry list of bum quarterbacks. Let's start out. Tim Tebow, Blake Bortles, Baker Mayfield. Okay, there's three. There's three bum quarterbacks that they lost to. Okay?
Right.
Pittsburgh has to win playoff games. You have to win playoff games in Pittsburgh. This regular season bullcrap of winning, going 10-7 is not going to cut it anymore, especially for the new regime. Omar Khan is not playing. The Rooneys have given him a lot of leeway, and I'm sure if you come in and take Kevin Colbert's spot and you're Omar Khan, you're asking him, do I have full control of the roster, and can I fire Mike Tomlin if we need to make a change?
Yeah.
Remember, Tomlin didn't get an extension. He did not get an extension. He's working. Next year is his last year. Next year is a make it or break it year for Mike Tomlin.
That is true. Joey B says, by the way, Bieniemy, lots of skeletons in the closet from his college days in Boulder. PR nightmare for any organization to hire him as a head coach. That's a good point, too, by Joey B. That's a good one. Listen. Yeah, go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry.
I mean, for all the people that think the Steelers are done, I think you got to give Russell Wilson a chance. He threw 26 touchdown passes last year, 8 interceptions. That's better than any Steelers quarterback has passed since 2020, since Ben has been there. All he needs to do is manage the football game and not turn the ball over, and they have opportunities to win. You won 10 games with Mitch Trubisky, Mason Rudolph, and Kenny Pickett as your starting quarterback last year. Them three quarterbacks right there won 10 games. You're Russell Wilson. You've been to 2 Super Bowls. You've won 1. You're a Hall of Famer. If you go there and all we need from Russell Wilson is 25 touchdown passes and about 15 interceptions, and manage the football and not turn it over inside the red zone and get us some wins, we're good. We cannot keep relying on our defense to win. We have to put up points offensively. They have the weapons. They just traded Deontay Johnson. I think that they have something up their sleeves in the draft. I'm hearing some things that they're going to draft a wide receiver from Michigan or Washington, so keep an eye out on that. I hear they're going to try and trade up from 20 to get in the top 10 to get the wide receiver from Washington.
You hear it from the man himself, from Steel City Renegades. By the way, Dave, please let everyone know where they can find Steel City Renegades, the times, and especially you.
Steel City Renegades is on Sunday mornings from 10 a.m. till noon. We talk all Steelers football, myself and Chipper. We're there each and every Sunday during football season. We'll be coming back here pretty soon, right before the draft, to do a show. You can also catch me, the star of the show, Shane O'Mac, Chipper, on Unscripted on Saturday mornings from 10 till noon. We talk just about anything cooking, food. We talk about local bands. We talk about sneakers. We talk a wide variety of stuff. That's why it's called Unscripted. But you can check us out on both of them days. Steel City Renegades is Sunday from 10 a.m. till noon. And then Unscripted is from 10 a.m. till noon on Saturday. So them are the 2 days you can catch me, but you can follow all Redline Radio LLC stuff on our Facebook page, Redline Radio LLC. Give us a like, give us a follow, check us out. Angel, appreciate you letting me get on here. Ryan, nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a while, man. Hey, your Chiefs, congratulations for their Super Bowl again, the day one, man. 3 and 5 years that they got it. I wish Deontay would have went there because Deontay is a good player, but he's had a case of the dropsies. I would have liked him to play with a good quarterback. He deserves that. I'm a DJ fan. I never wanted him to be traded, but he wore out his welcome in Pittsburgh, and he wasn't getting another contract there. Wasn't going to happen.
Yeah. Nope, you're absolutely right. No, Dave, listen, appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry for calling you here on the spot, but if we're going to talk
Steelers, no worries. Call me anytime.
All right, I appreciate it. And the only reason why I mentioned Chipper, those who don't know, Chipper is an Atlanta Braves fan, and because we are in the start of spring training, I don't talk to Chipper when it starts to baseball season. Not true. I just make that up. But no, Chipper, because of huge Braves fan, we go back and forth when I'm on with those guys as well. So, again, check out Steel City Renegades. Dave, love you, and I'll talk to you real soon.
All right, buddy.
See ya.
So there is Dave Wallencheck again with Steel City Renegades, bringing in his input as far as we talked about. And listen, he brought up a lot of good points. Joey B says Pittsburgh offensive line is not strong. Russell Wilson going to be scrambling for his life. Oh, that's pretty much what he did almost in Denver as well. But I want to know how well he's going to be received there in Pittsburgh, because alleged, once again, as you hear stuff from different people, is that he is beyond diva-like, and there's certain things that he likes certain ways. So with Pittsburgh, difference between Pittsburgh and Denver is if you do not gel well, I would say, on that line, Pittsburgh will let you just land or you behind, to put it in the most cleanest terms ever. But yes, Senor Ryan, it sounds like you have something. Oh, by the way, speaking of, as we have about 13 minutes or so here left in the evening, we have not mentioned not one thing about college, which is on your side of the house there in Old Man Talking Sports. So what is the latest in the college world of football?
Well, I mean, I sort of found it interesting that Nick Saban went before one of the House committees yesterday.
What was that all about?
He wants some sort of regulations on NIL. He's all for athletes getting paid, but there's he's basically saying there sort of needs to be some sort of restrictions on it. And one of the things that he brought up, whether it's true or not, this is right before he retired. I guess every year they have the recruits come to his house for breakfast, recruits and the parents, just so they can schmooze, get to know one another. And I guess afterwards, his wife turned to him and said, "What are we doing?" And Nick Saban was like, "What do you mean, what are we doing?" And she said, "Now in this day and age, all these players and the parents are going to do is say, what's the best NIL deal we can get?" And that's really what it's boiled down to, Angel. And that's why he got out of it. I know he said that the grind and, the daily schedule, and he wanted to spend more time with family and whatnot. But look, a lot of coaches now in college will want to get out of college because the way the game is now with NIL and all this other stuff, and now you got unions. So again, he's all for the players getting paid, but he wants some sort of there sort of needs to be some sort of structure when it comes to NIL. And right now there is none when it comes to NIL. So again, before NIL, it was like, okay, do I want to go to Alabama? Do I want to go to Georgia? Or do I want to go to Michigan? Which program offers me the best potential to getting to the NFL and winning a national championship, or both? That's out of the window now. They're not going to school to go to school now. They're going to school to get paid and, bolster their image or bolster their resume when it comes to getting drafted for the NFL. That's what it's really all become.
Right.
And at some point, it's not going to be college anymore. It's not going to be college athletics anymore. It's going to be a semi-pro super conference somewhere at some time. And what does Joey B say? Russell Wilson, diva in Denver, he would walk into events a few minutes late with an entourage, all produced and for the brand. Denver fans saw through it from the start. Very strange dynamic. Yeah, I mean, you hear rumors being married to Sienna, Cialis. I don't know what she calls herself now. So again, with all these moves, Angel, I've said it before and I'll say it again, to be determined. It's only March. Players get hurt, and you go through OTAs, and then you go through mini camps. Something somewhere at some point with one of these free agent signings, it's going to happen. Just Joe Burrow last year. Nobody thought Joe Burrow was going to get hurt.
Right.
Training camp, he gets hurt, he comes back, Bengals get back to where they were, and then he gets hurt again, and the season shot to hell. So, again, I will say to everybody, just pump the brakes, let it all play out, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Enjoy B again. Go ahead.
He says, sports media members here in Denver were not allowed to ask questions or talk to Russell Wilson unless approved by his marketing rep. Very scripted questions and answers he prepped for all fake. Wow. Sounds like another person that we know all too well, the same way that there has to be scripted questions and scripted answers.
And that, with Russell Wilson, don't be too surprised if that filters down to college. With all the NIL stuff and all this other stuff going on. Oh, yeah, well, I've got my man over here. Submit your questions to him, and then after the game, we will pre-select which questions I will answer and which questions I will not answer. That's what we're getting to.
It is. It is, and it's unfortunate. It shouldn't be that way because you should be able to do your job as you're supposed to. Actually, if you're going to ask tough questions, you should be doing so in the first place. We have a couple minutes left here. If you guys want to text in, just like you guys are doing right here on the social media, you guys can text in at 727-858-6650, 727-858-6650. By the way, Joey B says, Pittsburgh fans will grow tired of it too. Steeler fans are real. Yeah, they are. They're just as real as the Eagles. I mean, I know it's a love-hate thing when it comes to, the both sides of Pennsylvania, but they'll see right through it because it's ridiculous. You shouldn't. It drives me insane when players get to that ultra diva status, and it makes no sense to me whatsoever. I don't know why, but whatever, man. We're gonna see. There's gonna be, I think, hopefully some good changes that we'll see this year. Who knows? I mean, again, the team to beat, I hate to say it, is Kansas City right now. Anybody looking on the outside in, unless Joey Burrow stays healthy, which he's trying to get back there. San Fran, I don't know. I thought maybe last year after the run and the tear they end up doing that they would be the favorites to win this year. I don't see it. Because I think they were exposed. And their head coach, when I was there during the entire media event, he did not convince me that he was that Super Bowl winning head coach. So I'm quite sure there's going to be some changes there as well. But Ryan, I know you had a couple other things to get to as well on the college scene.
The college football playoff, as it stands now, there was a proposal made that even before the season started, that I think it was the SEC and the Big Ten.
Okay.
Even before anything started, they automatically got automatic bids. So, it was like even before anything starts, doesn't matter what you do. The Big Ten and the SEC get two teams in like right off the get-go. They're not even going to wait till you play the season. But now that has been shelved. We'll wait to see what happens with that. It will get more ludicrous as the year goes on. So yeah, it is just one big potpourri pot of crap right now when it comes to college. There's just too much stuff going on, Angel, that is detrimental to the game. And again, when you think about it, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, every year you get to the NFL draft, and out of 11,000 Division I college football players, how many players get drafted? About 260 some.
Right.
So some of these other players, what are you going to go? The guy that's on the third team, he's the third team running back, goes down to the local, the convenience store and gets an NIL deal. I mean, come on. I mean, some of these kids are going to have to prepare for life because they know that they're not going to make the NFL. So, again, like I always say, TBD, to be determined. You getting back to the NFL free agency, some of the other moves that were made that caught my eye. Bengals lost Mixon, but they signed Zach Moss.
That was good.
They're also going to keep T. Higgins. Just scrolling down, like I said, I like what the Texans have done. They're putting the AFC on notice. Looks like Michael Pittman's going to stay in Indianapolis. Mac Jones, like we talked about before, he went to the Jags, and they signed Gabe Davis from the Buffalo Bills. Just another weapon for Trevor Lawrence to throw to. Your Eagles.
Chauncey Gardner.
Chauncey
Back
Gardner's
home.
coming back, and now he had to backtrack his comments from last year.
Sure
so
did.
You
Sure. Listen, he's going to get it. He's not just because he's back and Eagles fans are happy for the moment. When it comes to training camp in Philly, he's going to hear it. And so he should expect it.
The Commanders have gone nuts. Mariota, they signed as a backup. Austin Eckler, obviously. We talked about Zach Ertz. They've done some
Garoppolo
nice.
being released by the Raiders.
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute. I think maybe that's where Drew Lock went. Drew Lock went somewhere. I can't remember if it was the Raiders or did he go to Cleveland or was it Washington? He went somewhere. I know that much. I forgot because there's been so many damn moves.
I'm trying to look for it, and I'm scrolling down as far as I can here. I don't see anything yet.
It was somewhere. If not, we'll put it out there on social media. But I know he did leave from Seattle, and he's in the East. I know that much. But I wish I remember because now it was like not per se like a two-headed monster because I don't think the starting quarterback was no different. But I'm glad to see at least Joe Flacco did get picked up by the Colts. We'll see what happens there. The Colts are still trying to pick up pieces as it seemed like they were doing. There it is, to the Giants. That's what it was.
That's who it was.
Yep.
And that's depressed Daniel Jones, to be quite honest. I freeze every once in a while, so this, so yeah, okay. And I'll reiterate it one more time. Just pump the brakes on all these signings for your team, because sometimes it doesn't always work out, my friends. Angels feed gone now too. No, I see everything fine. Every once in a while I freeze because I'm in St. Croix, and perhaps there's a lag in the St. Croix feed down here in the Caribbean.
Possibly. I still see myself as well. I mean, I can do a refresh. No, now you're both back now. All right. Well, that's good.
Maybe it's the 24 inches of snow that are coming. Maybe it's the apocalypse out there, wherever in Denver or Colorado Springs or wherever the hell he's at. Where is he in Colorado, by the way? Is he in Denver? Are you still in Colorado Springs? Maybe you're up by the border of Colorado and Wyoming.
Yeah, it's out there somewhere. You know what we need to do is that somewhere in the summertime is me, you, Joey B, and Delco Dave go over to his cheesesteak spot and hang out and tell some good stories. But I think, I know he's outside of Denver. Denver, by the way, looking like a mess with a lot of stuff going on downtown that they're trying to figure out. Fort Collins, there it is. And it was close to nowhere, close to, but yeah, Fort Collins, he's not too far away from Delco Dave. Stayed over that way somehow, either way. But anyways, all right, well, listen, thank you all once again for tuning in as there was a special night here. So Martinez Company, as I was telling everyone earlier, is not going away altogether. Even though I will be involved with the Pete Shepard Show, definitely with Defo and myself from 10 to 12, it is just structuring everything and putting it all together to make sure, or if not, it could end up being just like what we did here tonight, where you would have AJ live on TBSN app and then Martinez Company on my app so you guys can kind of get the best of both worlds here. So we're everything will be ironed out. We'll figure it out, and we'll make sure to keep everybody updated. But once again, a special version of the Martinez Company / an old man just talking sports with that guy that's over in St. Croix, just enjoying some of the summer wins before the summer actually comes around. So thank you all for tuning in. Thanks for Dave for calling in, even though I called him, so I'll say he called in. To Dylan, to Bobby, to Joey B, and everyone who tuned in tonight. We can't thank you guys enough, and it's the reason why we do it is because of you guys, the love and support, and we thank you. Don't forget, you guys can tell your friends, like, share, subscribe, download the apps once again, Sports Radio 102.9 The Game. Look for it in the Android and or the Apple Store. Download it so you won't miss a thing, as there's going to be some live shows coming on Sports Radio side. So, and I'll make sure I'll put that all out on social medias so you guys can stay tuned and know that if one thing isn't working, the other thing is definitely working one way or the other. So thanks to Deb over in Studio B. Thank you to Ryan Neff, again, who's normally on No Filter tonight, but I took him away. I tore up his contract over in No Filter and told him to come over here tonight. So that's what we did. It's what we do. Anyways, thank you all. I'm trying to make sure I take us out on some one of my favorite tunes. And once again, as we always say here, every single time, is whatever you do, do not drink and drive. Don't text and drive. Arrive live, arrive safe, more importantly, and make sure you take care of one another, as I'm pretty sure Ryan's going to dance the night away. And we leave you with this, one of my favorite tunes. So thank you all once again, everyone. Have a great night, and we will see you again very, very soon.
Hear me tonight, 'cause my feeling is just so right. As we dance by the moonlight, can't you see? You're my delight. Lady, I just feel like I won't get you out of my mind. I feel love for the first time, and I know that it's true. I can tell.